Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody is really doing well. So, first of all, guys, we are very, very close for like $700 away from the previous all-time highs for the Bitcoin, basically. So I really, really think that that's coming, and congratulations for those who held the spot backs for Bitcoin since $39,000, and I'm really, really glad that we bought that Bitcoin those levels. We did not wait it for 35,000 bucks, and here we are. 69,138 would be the levels where we are going to see Bitcoin making the historical new all-time highs in 2024, 5th of March 2024. Now there is a possibility that we can literally run from there, or we can even do the swing filler pattern, guys. So something to see or observe in the market, as the USD DOM is specifically looking slightly on the daily time frame. It's having a bullish divergence forming, something we need to be careful about. But then nevertheless, as we have broken down already, I really don't see any support levels for the USD DOM. Overall, what I feel for the USD DOM is that hey, we are going to pump it up, and that's what we are doing. So practically USD DOM is literally having a big sell off at this point, as you can see as well. And basically the RSI simply is just like one of the days where RSI on the daily is at the lowest at 15, and that is the indication that probably we are going to see in future is some sort of a flush for Bitcoin, so the money can start rotating. So I've got Atom Bag, I've got I've got Neo. So CRE, we sold it for 29.8% gains. Amazing that was, and I'm happy because I really want to get into Woo, guys. Woo is looking amazing. I just hope we get that flush and a dip towards 50 cents so that we can fill our bag. And I think it's a range, so probably it's going to run up from there and run it up towards the target for Woo is somewhere around a minimum target of 241 for Fibonacci, around $2. But if you remember, Woo is a good exchange, and basically if it can literally it's literally can go like FTX, it can do literally even $25. So that's going to be a big ride for Woo, in my view. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming here the new all-time highs for Bitcoin. One thing I would like to say is there can be a nice reversal like a swing filler pattern, because the RSI is forming lower highs over here and having a resistance of the equilibrium. So there is a possibility that we might literally see a little bit sort of a rejection probably on the what do you say, we can see some rejection on a Bitcoin because of the bearish divergence that it's forming. Now that congratulations to Shaur, he gave a very nice long on Sol. I booked some poor profits, guys, because of this bearish divergence on Bitcoin. I shared off like almost 70% of the gains. And I do remember, our AI bot gave a lot of long signals on Bitcoin. And for those who, hi, Rick, hi, everyone. Basically today's stream we are just focusing on Bitcoin. I think this is like a fifth wave on the Bitcoin from here. If you see, that's like a clean 5 waves over here. That's like a that's like a clean I would say some sort of 5 waves. Let me just show you. So if you see here, there is a bad divergence of we just need to be careful about. And yeah, that's wave 1, that's wave 2, and we have a sharp move on the upside, wave 3, a flush that was like a wave 4 over here, a 1 2 3, new all-time highs 4 5, and then that's gonna be like a wave 5, and then probably we might do something like this to, as I mentioned, towards a retest of 58,000 bucks or maybe something like that. But something, we might even just run from here turbo to $75,000 as well. Hence, we are just not just gonna sell our spot backs, guys. So simply we're just gonna wait and watch. Bitcoin making the new all-time highs in the New York session is amazing. Very, 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 like, you just imagine just how much dollars far away. It's like 69,140 and almost like there. So nice. Just give us that all-time highs, give us that. This zone is like a premium zone as well, honestly. So we are still in the premium zone, and we can of course make new all-time highs, but we really need to see that flip on the Bitcoin, guys. Once the Bitcoin flips, then probably we're gonna long, because Bitcoin is gonna pump 80% in maybe a few days. So if you have missed this whole Bitcoin pump, we have rode it since 39,000 and even 16,800. For those who know, we have rode it. I have asked everyone to buy Bitcoin in 2022 in the previous group where I was, and while starting this community 21M Tech, basically we bought Bitcoin around 39,000 and we are just holding it. It was an amazing ride. I think let's take a moment and see how what we're gonna achieve with this. Yes, I do have my bullish and bearish count for a Bitcoin, guys, and definitely even if it's bearish, we still want to see Bitcoin goes towards 85 to 100,000 bucks. That's what Bitcoin is poised for, that move. And I think once Bitcoin breaks these all-time highs, money is gonna go mad. Not only in Bitcoin, but the money is gonna go mad in alts. Actually, I feel bad that INJ, it was a good long in my view. I still feel that this is very good. At any point of time, it can just give us that green dildo. But the only thing, I really closed about it because of the Bitcoin, because it is not going to let alts run once it makes new all-time highs, and that's what we have seen so far. Now that we have got this flush, a little bit flush. I mean, I would have wanted to see like a 15% move, like a flush, but this was like a very mini flush, that was like very close to 5.5% move. And our AI signal bot got this move. Guys, welcome. New all-time highs for Bitcoin coming in here straight from TradingView. Come on, just $200 away, not even 200 bucks. Come on, $150. Do it. RSI is bearish, as you can see, guys. RSI is bearish. It's forming a bearish divergence. So this can be like a bad divergence for a wave 5. So this was your wave 3 and wave 5. So we get a bad divergence, and then the market, boom, we go like this, and a sharp rejection from there towards a $63,000 in a single slingshot. Now that's like a biggest bad divergence that I've seen so far on a 1 hour time frame. And when we do have this bad divergence, and we do have the 5 wave counts, and we have to be slightly cautious of this bad divergence that we have. Oh man, just $150 away. Come on. 69,138.5 is the new all-time highs for Bitcoin on Bybit. I would have never longed Bitcoin at 66,000 bucks if I would have not had the AI bot. Honestly, for those, a lot of people are long with the help of AI bot, practically at 66,300, 66,600, and they are just good. I would suggest each and every one of you to have your tight stops in case if shit hits the fan. I'm probably just have this bad divergence on RSI, and if this bad divergence literally plays out, then you might literally, all the gains will be wiped off. So it's better for you to cover up your gains and wait for Bitcoin to either flip, or it can probably even rocket from here towards $80,000, and like a $10,000 candle probably can just print. Imagine if it drops like $1 from all-time highs. Possibility is there because you already swept the highs. So come on, do it. Bitcoin, don't break my heart. I'm just waiting for this all-time high since yesterday. Since yesterday, we are waiting for this all-time highs on Bitcoin. Now, for those who don't know where exactly the bot gave the signal, this is where you got a lot of Doritos on, the Bitcoin chart. You see, practically it started from 66,800 and last was around 66,700. So anywhere from 66,700 to 800 was the levels for accumulation on Bitcoin, with invalidation of under 65,500, and that is where you are just riding it. So just imagine, I think this can be a very interesting A, B, and maybe 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 10, maybe like ABC move. It's a premium zone, risky, yes, of course. Of course, I'm not riding as well personally. I told you I'm not riding it because it's a premium zone. So for me, it's a no trade zone. Honestly, my trade zone was yesterday over the stream when I mentioned once it flips 63,800, just long it. You really don't need to think much about it. It's just gonna fly, and that's what it went. Even from weekend when we had long from $62,000, I had a long. I relonged around 61,800, but due to network connectivity where I went, I couldn't give you that long or even give you an update actually when I didn't knew. I did not even had a stop loss, because there was a very, very harsh network issues where I went. So it was like whether I was not knowing whether I'm gonna, even if it dumps. So I was like in my mind, if it dumps 15%, I'll lose big. But what if it just pumps to new all-time highs? Because the probability was very high for pumping. The bot was clear, it's gonna pump. And even that signal was good from the bot. I held it. It's just like when we need to play the invalidation, we need to wait for invalidation to have it like for 3 consecutive candles, and which exactly, if you see here, we had the 3 consecutive candles, but I was very confident about this because we had the March opens, we have monthly levels, and most importantly, even we were dumping. If you see here, the EMA or whatever the confluence we have, these are the 5 confluences we have. So all the confluences were red except the third and the last one, which was giving me a sign that the market is resetting. Basically, that's what it's doing, and hence I felt of writing my longs at that point of time, and I wrote it. Don't reject Bitcoin. Don't reject. Just go up. Come on, don't reject. 1 hour bullish divergence. Bear divergence has formed or not. 1 hour, yeah, the bear divergence is formed so far, with the price making higher highs and RSI making lower highs. So we also have a 50 EMA 50 RSI resistance. So very risky in the premium zone basically. Come on, $150. Come on, $100, come on, less than $100. Come on, come on, make it the all-time highs, guys. Come on, just pump it up. New all-time highs welcoming for Bitcoin. Well, the market is literally going to go nuts, hopefully. And come on, Bitcoin, all-time highs, give us there. Very, 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 very close. Give us that, guys. Yes, we are there. So Ethereum has run amazingly because Bitcoin is running. And if you remember, I mentioned yesterday before going to bed that our breaker bot gave that long, that once it flips 3538 we should long, and I'm riding the long, guys. I couldn't imagine how these bots and how these things are so helpful in trading. You really don't need anything. You have it, you make your own decision and you trade it. Honestly, guys, this, come on Bitcoin, just like 138, come on, $138 away. Do it, man. So the ETH trade was one of the best trade by the breaker bot that I have caught it in. Like even the 1 hour, the signal given by the 1 hour, the Doritos that we had on 3rd of March over here at 3514, amazing that was. Even our 15 minutes time frame, we got that signal as well. And with the 2 Doritos over here, another here as well, if you would have rode it, amazing. And then I think $4,000 is what, as I mentioned, we are definitely going there, so you should definitely buying it. And I'm riding our longs on ETH as well, but we are now going to a very big resistance of 3840, but then we are very close to 2022 highs. So come on, all-time highs, guys, all-time highs. 69,138.5 on Bybit. 69,138.5 on Bybit. Maybe other exchanges might be different. Let's see what we have on CMEs. My friend, CME is already at 69,500. So what do we have in the CME? Let's check it out. Yeah, Bitcoin made all-time highs on CMEs, guys. These CMEs are already going nuts. As you can see, Bitcoin did make all-time highs. The institutions are killing this thing and are just going to run it turbo. And I do think that a lot of shorts have wiped on the CMEs. CMEs made officially all-time highs on Bitcoin. And congratulations for those who believed in Bitcoin, who bought the dips. And look at this move. No practically retracement. It's like a face melting move that Bitcoin has given, and this is going to be remembered in the history of the price action, probably what I'm studying. And this is like a study for me, honestly, as well, so that it's going to really help each and every one of you for a trading purpose for the next cycles. Officially, guys, Bitcoin is at new all-time highs. Congratulations. Our spot bags are new all-time highs for Bitcoin, and I think I probably have to tweet it. And with that, we formed a bear divergence as well. So it's something you have to keep in mind, and probably you might see some little bit of sell off over here, and maybe a rejection, a harsh rejection, because we have a 1 hour bear divergence on Bitcoin. So let's see, guys, all-time highs for Bitcoin. Congratulations and a celebration. So guys, in case if the 15% to 20% dip is coming, then it should be from here. And if that happens, probably you should be having your orders on Bitcoin. Just compute it around the 856, somewhere around 58,000 to 59,000 bucks. Maybe 58,000 to 57,000, somewhere in between it would be. It would be, in case if it gives. I'm not sure if it's going to give you, but in case, because we have a bear divergence over here on the Bitcoin. Hold on. So now SPX all-time highs, Bitcoin all-time highs. What do we want more? Gold all-time highs. Every market boom. For those who are in, book profits. I hope you guys book profits at the all-time highs, because that was like a liquidity zone, and that is like a interesting all-time highs. So now we are literally at the premium zone, a peak of the premium zone. Basically, once it flips 69,138, Bitcoin is going to run for almost close to 60% pump. So practically just hold your spot bags, guys. We don't sell even if you expect 15 to 20% dump on the downside. Probably this bear divergence might play out, might not play out. I don't care. But what I care is that, what I really want basically for the Bitcoin is to basically just give us some nice rejection over here. But let's see how the 1 hour plays out, because we have a bear divergence, and we are playing the bear divergence. I mean, just look at how the SPX did when it formed. I mean, just look at what gold did when it made his own bullish divergence, when it just broke as well on the daily time frame for the gold. So if you look at the gold as well, when it first tried to take these highs over here, and when it just took these highs, it got a sharp rejection on the downside, dumping towards a 1805. So that was a very nasty rejection that gold did, because gold kept on pumping without any retracement. It just kept on pumping to new all-time highs without any testing anything. Similarly, it also did a sharp nasty rejection from here as well. So if Bitcoin is literally following the gold standards, then probably this is how it should be doing, in my view. Gold pumped up so nicely, as I mentioned. Once this trend line of 2040 breakout, you just simply belong it. We are going to go to 2140, and that's exactly what we're doing. I think gold is bottomed for now, and it just above the previous all-time high, so it's just going to run. No need of shorting anything at this point on gold. SPX, what SPX did when it made new all-time highs? Well, SPX, if you look at the SPX from 2 days chart, you know, when it broke the two all-time highs, it just kept on running. Practically it gave a little bit of retest and then kept on running till almost as you can see, like 1886 Fibonacci levels and maybe even higher. So practically I'm not sure what Bitcoin would do at this point, but definitely, you know, SPX is at all-time highs, gold all-time highs, Bitcoin all-time high. So now everything is at par. So if you know, I mean, everything is lined up, is at par. Let's see, guys. I'm just going to hold our spot backs from 16,800. We're gonna hold our spot backs from $39,000. We just gonna be holders for now. We're just gonna wait for, you know, a very interesting move on the total crypto market cap, because total crypto market cap officially did not reach to the all-time highs. It is still stuck at, you know, the $2.5 trillion. It just did not even retest those levels, and Bitcoin is at all-time highs. Looking to here to the total crypto market cap on the weekly time frame, yes, we still have the move to go on an upside, meaning that Ethereum is going to run if Bitcoin literally gives that flush. Trust me, I don't expect it, you know, not only Bitcoin is going to run, but along with Bitcoin, the alts are going to go turbo. So practically, you know, I'm gonna go big on alts. Basically, if I was supposed to trade it for like 100k, 200k, I'll just probably go with like 500k, 600k per trade actually for alts. You know, that's what I would do with the spots. Of course, I'm not gonna do any leverage, and because as I mentioned, you know, the real deal is the total 2 actually at this point. And why do I feel the real deal is the total 2 actually? Just imagine. Total 2 equilibrium is around 1.03 trillion. So Bitcoin already, you know, made that all-time highs, and total 2 is still at equilibrium. So any flush you get it on total 2, practically anything you get it. And remember, it just reclaimed these levels. It's just going to run up, not only highs, but just going to go to 44 to 45% move, and they are going to make new all-time highs as well. So practically that's how, you know, alts are going to run, and they won't stop. Actually, they won't stop. Many alts would do, you know, 5x, 6x, 10x, depends, but everything is going to run, man. Everything is going to run. So let's wait a bit, you know. Because Wu is a good exchange. It's just having its first bull run, basically. That's what I would say. And the project is good. If you compare Wu with any other project, like let's say Uni, or maybe compare it with any exchanges like FTX, or maybe tier 2 exchanges like DYDX, even if you compare that, I think Wu can easily go for $13 to $18 easy. You know, looking to their market cap. So I think Wu is very much underrated in my view. So that's just my take actually. Of course, you need to do your own research if you know what you know. Shakeout is the must. So the bad averaging should play out, and once the bad averaging should play out, then we should be happy. $4,000 ETH is what I mentioned to you, every one of you guys, and that's where we are very close. I mean, I would have literally, you know, I would have literally gave you all, you know, or probably nobody would have given me any setup, but the bots are so doing nicely. They are just giving me a lot of good setups. You know, how do I take the trades actually? Let's say the AI bots. So let's say bot gave me a long on RSR. So it gave me RSR. Now I went to the RSR chart immediately, and on 15 minutes time frame, I saw that bot was giving me a long. So what did I do? Practically over here, it gave me a long signal over here. So I saw that, you know, we were literally, I just opened an oscillator over here So when I open an oscillator, we just go to the indicator right now, go to the invite only script, and then we have TMV trend shift indicator. So once you have this trend shift indicator, so I just saw, you know, that yes, everything was green except the Bollinger Band basically, but still we have the buy signal over here. But still I was happy because everything was you know, green. The RSI was slightly going red, which also gave me a little bit of confluence that, you know, that RSI is turning bullish. It's just going you know, turning bullish. That was a good confluence. And then, you know, I also saw that we have a good support on based on the SR algo over here. As you can see, we have a nice support resistance line drawn on the 15 minutes time frame. And then, you know, I also just opened the price action algo over here at that point of time. And when I saw the levels, this was like current monthly open, and the price was like flipping the weekly opens. I was like, damn, this has to be taken. It's like flipping the weekly open is a very good sign, and weekly open above the monthly open is a very good sign for a nice move. Now I don't know exactly how far it can go. So practically what I did is, we have the Monday highs, let us at least target the Monday highs practically, and that's what I did. So my stop loss was so tight over here, it was like a current monthly open. This was my stop loss, practically the lows. Ideally the indicator, the bot gave me a stop loss of around, you know, 0.00042 practically, with a 3 invalidation, 3 close under, but I just had a hard stop loss. Honestly, I put it over here and I let it ride, and I just let it go like this. 10-hour setup, amazing trade that was, you know. So amazing. I mean, yeah, it was like more than 7 to 8k gains, and booked partially, as I posted, for 6 million RSR long. I'm just holding it and still riding with a break even. Actually, I don't want to lose anything on my CFT account, and those profits I'm just going to give away. I want to see how far it can go from this signal. Actually, every signal that has gave over the weekend as well have pumped very nicely over here to give another impulsive move. So the signal indicator is amazing. That's how I normally use. Now people fail to understand. I mean, it's not like, okay, the signal is given to you and I just gonna take it blindly. No, I don't. I mean, you can take it, of course, as well, because I've showed you the win rate, 61% win rate so far with the signals provided on 2nd and 3rd of March. So tomorrow we will know what will be the win rate for 4th and 5th of March practically. So let's see in 2 days how bot has performed. Tomorrow we will compile it and we will try to post it by evening. So let's see how far bot has performed overall. I'm damn sure even if your win rate is just 60%, the bot gave you a total win rate, our risk reward of 247 R probably, and a percentage gains of more than 150% gains net after losses. So in 2 days, if you'd have, we can't play every signal, you know. In a bull run, I normally try to avoid any short signal probably because the trend is upside. Similarly, you know, I just try to take the longs. That's how my biasness is practically, but that's how it is. I mean, I'm just simply going to let that sink in. I mean, that's how I play actually. So we have the bearish divergence on Bitcoin, CRV. I just want to reload my CRV bags. As I mentioned, I really think that a retest of the blue line that we have, that's a monthly naked POC around 64.5 and basically probably around 58 cents would be a very nice levels for CRV. That's where we are going to rebuy. Atom, I'm feeling very strong and confident on Atom trade, guys. Very, very strong. I think the 30% candle on Atom is loading, is literally loading. Just look at on the daily time frame how it break out. We just have the last piece of resistance we have around 13.5, and once it clears out, because we have 3 rockets over here, once this clears out, trust me, Atom is literally going to fly to $23 without any sort of a haste. So I think you know, I personally feel that, you know, Atom should be, you should literally have a bag of Atom in my view. Honestly, if you are not having it, then probably you literally have that problem. But Atom is something you should have it in my view. my Bitcoin bags are pumping, and I'm feeling really good about it that we rode this whole thing. I really wanted to have the coin margin longs, honestly, but couldn't got an opportunity this time. And honestly speaking, I'm just riding the spots. I would have made much more. But anyways, there's always an opportunity. Once Bitcoin flips the previous all-time highs, there will be another opportunity, and we can of course make it the most out of it from that opportunity actually. I think also one more thing. Damn, I have a problem. No atom, duh. Atom is, I'm just gonna hold Atom actually. I'm not gonna give up on Atom. Even if it come back down, retest the 11.5, I'm not gonna give up. I'm simply going to hold. Why? Because I know how FTM performed. I know how FET performed. I know the levels, how they have done it. And remember, as I mentioned previously on the stream as well, not necessarily we can get this pump, in just like probably a day or so. No, not necessary. And we should not be even expecting that sort of a thing actually. But look at what FTM did actually. So FTM was here, this was the highs, and FTM just broke this highs the way the previous highs, and it just went nuts. If you look at from this fibs, it just went nuts, and that's what I want from Atom. And it's just gonna do it, guys, whether you want to believe it or not. It's just gonna do it. And I do think FTM is still looking good in my view. I think holding above or I would say flipping above 67.3 and FTM is going to fly. That's to me like any sort of a very interesting bull flag over here, a very interesting flag. And if once it breaks out, I would be longing back again, because already our bot gave long on the Sunday. If you remember, FTM long was given right stop loss, and it just kept on pumping from 51 cents to 75 cents. Another 3 signals were given over here, which I personally took it, and I have booked around 70 cents for almost 0.56 hour. And once it breaks out of this, I think FTM is going to go like this. So just imagine FTM is here and Atom. So practically Atom needs to just go above these levels. I mean, that's what it needs to do. So there is an opportunity, of course. It might do, it might not do, but there is an opportunity. It can literally give us that 50 to 60% move on an upside on Atom, and when it's gonna give you, it will be very quick, and it won't give you any chance to be in the whole trade. Remember Pepe, how pumped? 7x. Remember Doge, 1.7x. So these meme coins have pumped a lot, and that reminds me of XRP actually, because XRP is ready on daily time frame. Trust me. And when I say it's ready, because I have been playing XRP since 2017 practically. I've been playing it, and when I say it's ready, it's ready. Of course it might a little bit take its own sweet time, but overall this is what XRP looks like on the weekly time frame. And I feel that I'm just going to remove the noise from the chart. Perfect. That's like a biggest triangle that I have seen, and once XRP is going to run, it's not gonna stop. You can probably do whatever you feel or whatever you like, but I feel and I see this is how XRP is going to run. It is going to be very, very wild. 1.6 is going to go, and probably from there we're going to reject, come back down again, retracing the whole pump, because we want to form a triangle. So that is how it's going to be: A, B, C, D, or maybe E, and then probably a dump like this, or maybe this is like a bullish triangle. It can literally break out from there, and the bullish triangle would be that this was your lows and this was like a wave 1 over here. So this is like a B, a bigger accumulation, C, D, E, and then pump like this. So that's how. But I think this is the good chance to buy XRP in my view. If you don't have any spot backs, you should probably, let's say if you have just only 1,000 capital for XRP, you should just put like $50 or maybe $100 for XRP. But that, yeah, you should definitely have it. It's not gonna, it's gonna take its own sweet time. XRP is like, it's gonna take its own sweet time, you know, chop 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 chop. It can even do something like this, you know. So along, it can do something like this, chop 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 chop. Something like this can do. It just accumulates, and out of nowhere, it just gives you a big green dildo. And when it pumps in a single candle, it takes everything. I mean, you don't even have to wait for like, you know, a month. It's just going to go for like crazy. A daily candle, 2 days candle will be crazy, and every targets are going to be achieved in like, you know, the candles. So I think XRP is a good deal for you in my view if you don't having it. Similarly, Litecoin as well. It's a dead coin for sure, but it has flipped a very important levels, and I've been very vocal about it since $70 on Litecoin. That $70 flip is a bullish for Litecoin, and now that we have seen Ethereum, you know, moving and making those highs, I think Litecoin, if decided to pump it up, because Litecoin network is still solid, despite the fact that they don't have any owners, but this 1-2-1-2 formation is looking so damn solid, very solid. Just imagine how far it can go. Actually, it is going to be like, you know, this is going to be like 1-2, a small 1-2, and this is going to be 3-4-5. That's going to be 1-2, and then a third wave is going to pull it back to 281, and it's just going to do something like this. That's how, you know, Litecoin can pull a big move, and probably it can just surprise many. Actually, many will be surprised. You know, this bull run can be good for DeFi, can be good for Litecoin, can be good for Neo, can be good for XRP, but this bull run can be good, literally good for them actually, in my view. So let's see. Any dip you want to look for, you know, Litecoin, it's like it's doing a very interesting triangle over here, as you can see. Very interesting triangle. Once it breaks out, you can simply long. Very interesting triangle above the H1 support. You have 13 rockets at $83. It's a very interesting triangle. That can be like an accumulation pattern. So that's going to be like A, B, C, D, a small e, a retest of 87, a run up. So you really can long on breakout of 91. That would be very, very nice. RSR, I really want you guys to, or I really want to give you guys a long on RSR. I've already mentioned the levels 0.003 at basically the previous quarter highs and the previous quarter highs with SR support. Basically, this is the strongest levels I see. But then if it don't give you, don't sit for it. Once RSR flips the Monday highs, just long it with a tight stop loss. So once it flips the Monday highs back, RSR can literally run hard. It can probably, you know, need, you know, it can just simply run from here. So that's what RSR can literally do. You need to wait for it to see how Monday highs are going to be flipped, basically. So that's what, you know, you really want to have a look for RSR. So let's see. Monday highs flip on RSR, and I see RSR going to the next big levels of resistance that we have would be, you know, at least of course this is the big resistance. The previous short highs would be around 5893. So the pump would be from Monday highs here, and it would go like a 30% move on an upside in a single slingshot. And maybe even can go crazy, you know, it's RSR. It's like a dead coin. So when dead rise, it just go nuts because they don't know what, you know, what they were doing previously. So practically this can literally go nuts in my view. So just wait for the Monday highs. And once the Monday highs is flipped, you can literally go long on RSR. I'm still riding my few, as I mentioned, you know, few leftover bag on from the this thing on the CFT account basically. And I'm just gonna wait for the flip, and once it flips the highs, we go. Simple as that. We just want to have a flip. Until we don't flip, just wait a bit actually. Once it flips, we go. Even if I'm slipping, guys, don't wait for my call. You can simply long once it flips the range highs. You can put your stops probably under the previous week highs. That would be a very safe stop loss, and then you can literally ride to for 30% target. Your risk reward would be more than 10 are actually, in my view. But simply wait for a flip. Till it don't flip, don't go long. I think Dodge is forming a good setup over here, but then I need to really wait a bit before taking anything new. I've made good money today, so with RSI and everything, and then as we can see that Bitcoin is already rejecting because of the H1 bad divergence over here. So let's see how things set up. Maybe it can do irregular expanded flat. How? So what if this is like an irregular expanded flat? I mean, the way we did it in 2020. What if? So this can be like in a regular flat. I'm not sure, but this can be. Now this is how the irregular flat can play out practically. It's gonna be like a very interesting retest of $66,000 or so. Maybe even it can sweep the lows and make it expanded flat, something like this. So but when we are in bull run, it should normally hold the levels of 65,800. So what if this was A, this was B over here? We got a sharp move on the downside for a wave C, go here, retest, reclaim these levels again, come back into the support that we have around 66,165, and then we run up. So this is going to be the irregular expanded flat scenario. If you really want to play the irregular expanded flat scenario, stop loss should be under 64,500. That is where your stop loss should be, because clearly anything under $65,000, $64,950 would be like a deviation to me, honestly. So how we do play this in irregular expanded flat? Let it dump, and if you see a reversal, probably reclaiming this green support that we have, and probably even these yellow and red lines, once it reclaims it, then probably, yes, definitely this will be like a range, a smaller range that we are aiming for over here. That's going to be like a small range, and that's where in the range, let it just go down, reclaim this range, we long it there, and just let it ride. So that's how you really want to wait for it to reclaim it, and once it reclaims, you can really long it. That's how you should play. So to all the FOMOers above the 69,138, those who FOMOed are already down like 5% so far. Let's also check Bybit, because you really wanted to see how Bybit is going to perform, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm damn sure Bybit is really looking for a reversal, and it's like it's like it has run a lot, I would say. Now this was my plan, fairly honestly, if I have to tell you, but then I have to really change it a little bit because of the extension that it had for a wave. So the top that we got is simply your wave 3 practically. That's what I would say. And then we got a smaller accumulation as well over here. That was your small accumulation. So practically we got an accumulation. So you got like 1, 2, 3 and 4 accumulation that you already got, and it literally went to its bull target of 241 for Fib of almost close to $41. And I have personally sold Ibit, because if you remember, I was bullish on Ibit, and I mentioned that we are going to pump when we were here at, when we were literally here around $22. I mentioned it's gonna go run, and that's what it did, and just kept on running up so far. And now that we have here something like this, I think Ibit is likely going to cool off. We have reached to my target of fibs practically. So the next level of target would be the support. The support is around 786 Fibonacci levels, and that is around $28. Maybe even it can just look for 886, but that's fine. That's my bull run target for Ibit. It has reached 2414 for Ibit. So probably, and also very interestingly, on the 1 hour time frame, you can see you have a very interesting, not a gravestone doji, but a pennant, a bearish pennant, like a order block. So practically we will see this gap to be filled somewhere around, probably I'm expecting it to go somewhere around $36.7 to $36.17 for Ibit, and we will see how the Wall Street is gonna behave. But this is definitely what I'm expecting for Ibit. Maybe we can do one more push up, but that's fine. Overall, I would like to see it come back down like here, maybe to for this naked POC that we have here, to test the naked POC, and maybe from there we can get another bounce towards the perfect $41 for Ibit, and then booyah. The target for Ibit would be around 28 to 28.7 is what I would be expecting for Ibit. That would be my target, professional target for Ibit. I think I'm going to rebuy Ibit at those levels. But that's my bull run target for Ibit. Let's just look from the logarithmic chart perspective. From the log scale perspective, Ibit is still looking hot. It just went to 2 Fibonacci levels. So practically, yes, it makes sense. The 28.6 to $27 makes really sense for Ibit to give us that retest in probably next few weeks time. It's like a channel that's just keep on running up with all the 1 2 1 2 1 2. So maybe it can go to 45, because that's like a 2 4 1 4 fib. Normally in bull run, the price pumps to 2 4 1 4. I caught Luna at 119.5. I remember that was exactly 2414 fib at that point of time, exactly 2414, and I was like, this should be the target. I mean, it should reject. Similarly for Matic as well, I did the same actually. So I think this makes sense actually. Let's see. Ibit is, so it can do one more push up, but that's fine. But overall, I see Ibit should be doing something like this. So one more push down, run up to 40, and then probably down to 28 is what I would see, because I really don't have the fibs. This is the only fibs that I have for Ibit at this point. Yeah, perfect. Let's see, my friends, what Bitcoin gives us today. But this irregular expanded flat is a very likelihood scenario for Bitcoin, and probably another accumulation. So we are now back inside the premium zone. Basically, we are back inside the premium zone. So let's see how this irregular expanded flat is going to play out. We might just get some little bit time for it to accumulate more, and probably, give us good longs. RSI is breaking out. I think let's just wait for a one candle close, and probably I would definitely go long on RSI again. It can be a very interesting, very, very interesting, I would say a 30% move can give you actually. So that's something I would love to have this on RSR. RSR, I would not expect much actually. I mean, we are just playing the trend. But Wu definitely, as I mentioned, I expect big from Wu, honestly. So yeah, RSR, I really, really don't expect much. I mean, of course, look at the just look at the supply. I mean, 100 billion supply on RSR. Let me just check the CoinGecko one more time. What is the market cap for RSR? Almost like 50-60% of RSI is flipped. Just wait for 6.6 minutes, 6 more minutes, and probably we can long on retest of Monday highs. Ideally, my system suggests that we should be waiting for 2 more candles for a concrete confirmation. I mean, the oscillators are, the confluence oscillator is turning bullish. The first one is turning bullish. The second one is not yet, but the rest of the threes are really looking good actually, which clearly says that RSR might continue on an upside journey from here. A very high chance. I normally don't see 5 minutes signals because they are not accurate at all, but still we don't have anything else. The 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame, if you look at here, we are having the 10 rockets. So once we are closing above the Monday highs and flip these levels, RSR can literally go, and this is going to form an order block as well on the 1 hour. That's going to be your order block. So that's going to be your bullish order block, you know, or of course, because it don't got any engulfing candle. So this is going to be your bullish order block practically. RSR is going good. So I mean, I'm not a RSR. For those who guys, I've already made a disclosure in 21M Tech community about my RSR holdings. I'm holding 85 million RSR since, like, you know, since I bought it since so long, and I'm just holding it. So don't consider this like I'm shilling something or maybe anything. No, practically just playing the technical analysis just to TA. Nobody have asked me to do it. I have got a good bag on RSR since bottom, so I'm just gonna let it ride because I believe that this coin can literally do 10x. You know, I just wanted to see how the coin gecko, you know, looks like for RSR. $2.7 trillion crypto market. Amazing. Amazing. Now can someone pump my atom bag? Like, I just want only 80% pump. That's all I want. So RSR current market cap is $223 million. And if we talk about it from the perspective of, you know, max, and if you look at from the price, at peak it was roughly around, the market cap was roughly top around, you know, $1.5 billion at that point of time. So it's like, it's somewhere around 7x max it can go. So 5x max, I think 5 to 6x max, you know, it can do on boom, Sol is going and going. Amazing, amazing. That wick was nice on Sol towards 134.7 and probably to 136. I think Solana is going to go mad, and it's just going to go to 160 to maybe $170. This is the time probably to play the spot backs because the fundings are too high. So it's better to play the spots. Why to make, you know, give money to exchanges for our hard-earned money actually. Solana is going to go nuts. I was bullish on Sol the whole weekend. I've been longing Solana the whole weekend. And as you can see, the pattern also perfectly played out. You remember the Bitcoin pattern that I've shared in the Discord? All the Bitcoin patterns for you guys to learn it. I hope you guys are playing those patterns because those are the gems. And if you're not doing it, then probably it's a big mistake for you. Let me show you one of the pattern that, you know, I was talking about. That pattern. Here. So that is the pattern that I was talking about on, you know, I have made a pattern, study pattern sort of a thing. And for the Bitcoin chart from 2017 since now, that how normally Bitcoin patterns forms in the bull run. This was the pattern that we had on the Bitcoin. I mean, a similar sort of a pattern happens with, you know, that there was a pump previously and a dump and then accumulation. The price was holding the equilibrium over here, continuously accumulating above equilibrium. There was no liquidity grabbed on the downside, but there was a liquidity grab on and upside. And then we broke out and then we ran. And similar thing is happening. So there was a support, there was a liquidity grab on and upside. The price did not take a liquidity on the downside. We were holding the equilibrium all the time. 129 levels was holding. And guess what? Now we are broke out. So now it's going to be like a fly. The targets for, if you look at from the daily time frame perspective, I feel that this is going to be like a bigger impulsive move on Solana. Nobody is maybe aiming for or what, but that is clearly in my view, the Solana is going for that OB that we have around $150, and maybe it can even go for a bigger impulsive move towards 180 to $200. I mean, Solana can literally go nuts actually. That's like, at some point I was happy. I mean, I bought Sol at the lows, if you remember, but then I sold it as well actually. I literally sold it around here, $30 because there was a good money actually, and there was a strong resistance, but then I never bought again actually. I'm not a Sol fan, but yeah, I never bought it again actually. But this is looking so cool to me actually. A strong candle, a volumetric candle is coming out of here. So any retest, if it gives you around 138 to 136, would be a very interesting long for Sol. Any retest, but I'm damn sure it might not give you. What it can do is probably something like this, and then front run and then run up, and then run up. So we can literally do 170 before, we can do like this. But if once it loses this, the invalidation levels would be under 133, because once it loses this white line, then probably we will come back inside the range. That would be like another deviation, and then probably we can just look for a downside move like this. Then it will be bearish, but for now it's bullish because of the volumetric candle that we have here. We still have 14 minutes to go for a confirmation, but overall I think it's looking good. We also got a buy signal around here, a real buy signal at $130, and if you just held that buy signal, you would have been a good profits actually. So yep. RSR, I'm happy with the RSR. Damn, it rejected. No flip so far. Let's wait a bit for a flip. Once you flip back the Monday highs, then probably you can go long. No flip, no long. Very simple as that. Once it flips this Monday highs, you should go in. So that's all for today's stream, guys. I think Solana is going to run. So if Solana is going to run, I'm damn sure AVEX is definitely going to get peaky and probably getting ready as well for a very interesting move along with Solana. And because Sol, Luna, AVEX, they normally goes up. So I think Sol, AVEX can literally run from here to $60, and that would be very interesting and nice to see AVEX pumping like this. So that's all for today's stream, guys. And if you have any queries, if you have anything, do let me know. I think the market is overall simply looking good. And we need to wait for any sort of a clean pullbacks for us to buy. Of course, sometimes you don't need a pullback, you just have to press the button. But then if you really want to press the button, just go with these spot backs and do not go leverage. Okay, so that's all. Have a nice night, guys. Take care. Bye bye.